If we went back in time in the mid-1980s, you'd see that we were in a heap of trouble at the motor company. I'm sure a lot of you remember that. I could spend the next 6 hours talking about how we got ourselves in trouble, but suffice to say, we got old, we got arrogant, we lost touch with the market. We allowed competitors to come in selling the same stuff that we were selling, only they sold theirs at a lower price. Because people did not feel a strong enough affinity to us and what we were doing, everybody jumped on low-priced imported motorcycles coming from overseas. We began looking at this in an effort to save jobs. If we don't fix this, we're going to go bankrupt and all be out of work. Pretty strong incentive to change your approach to the market. A very quick SWOT analysis showed us that everybody that we are competing against in the industry and ourselves, we are all saying and doing the exact same thing. Our approaches to the marketplace were virtually identical. We all talked about quality, we all talked about reliability, and we all gave people a lot of numbers, a lot of data, a lot of metrics. Here's how tall the bike is, here's how long it is, here's your miles per hour, miles per gallon, horsepower, all really, really good. Ultimately, we discovered useless information. When everybody is saying the same thing, nobody's listening anymore. When everybody presents themselves to the marketplace the exact same way, nobody's listening anymore. And that's precisely what we were doing. Because we were behaving the exact same way as our competitors, saying the same things, doing the same things, we were sending a very clear message to the market that essentially said, use your brain. Buy the cheapest motorcycle you can get. Buy from whoever's willing to sell something to you at the lowest possible price. That's what a commodity does. That's what poor marketing does. That's what lack of vision does. That's essentially what not caring about building brand fans does. We are killing ourselves, and we began looking at this very, very seriously. And believe me when I say we did not know what we were doing. Okay, we were a bunch of people that liked to have a good time, that were very enthusiastic about what we did. We were not marketing geniuses. The word brand really hadn't been invented yet. Discipleship, all that kind of fancy language that everybody uses right now was not what we were doing. We began to look at this and we think, why are we trying to create a rational, logical reason to do business with us when we're not a rational, logical species, and we cannot possibly create a rational, logical argument to spend the kind of money necessary to buy our product when you could buy a competitor's product for half the price? Let me show you what I mean. Here we have, God bless America, Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail for 2012. Beautiful, beautiful motorcycle. Can we agree that's a beautiful, beautiful motorcycle? I like you people. Damn right, that's a beautiful motorcycle. All right. By the time a person buys this motorcycle, we know that that person is going to make several changes to this product. We know that. We know that as shiny as that is, a lot of what you are seeing shining is polished aluminum, not chrome. We know that a lot of that's going to be swapped out immediately by the purchaser of this motorcycle. They may want to change the seat height, which means they might have to lower the frame, raise the handlebars, change all the hand grips, the clutch, the brake cable, everything, as well as making customizations to the motorcycle that allow it to fit their personality. Parts, labor, accessories, everything out the door, you're looking at about $24,000. Started at $18,000, quickly ratcheted up to $24,000. Is that like awesome as hell or what? All because, as you'll see, our customers told us this is what they wanted to do. $24,000. Is there a human being alive who could go home and say to his or her spouse, guess what, dear? I spent 24 grand on a motorcycle, and have that spouse or significant other say, well, it's about time you started using your head, dear. The kids can pay their own tuition. $24,000 for motors. There is no rational, logical language that exists that could convince you to spend that kind of money when our folks from Honda come up and counter our supersonic with cheese, mushrooms and mayo and bacon and tater tots, Butterfinger Blast. They counter all of that cool stuff with their very bland quarter pounder fries and diet beverage approach. Now, I want you to look at something here and do some math. This is $24,000. This Honda is $8,000. Say they were both black. Say they both had the same paint scheme. The overwhelming majority of you couldn't tell these two bikes apart. $24,000, $8,000. One of these, three of these. If we were a rational, logical species, if I had to use quality language, if I had to use traditional go-to-market approaches, reliability, made in USA, to convince you to buy this motorcycle, I'd have a very, very difficult time. Yet, oddly enough, Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail will outsell this Honda Shadow by as much as 15-1 in virtually every market that these two bikes compete against each other, including Japan, where the Harley costs the equivalent of about $75,000. If it made sense, it wouldn't work and I wouldn't be here. We killed ourselves trying to make sense. We didn't understand how human beings work. We did not understand how the world works.